Okay, so welcome to this one. This deep dive is going to be a little different. It's just for you today. And
Yeah, it's tailored for you.
tailored, yeah, we're going to be diving into this unsettling account, this camping trip gone wrong in Michigan's Black Pine Forest.
Right, and specifically using the firsthand account of a guy named Lucas as our guide.
Yeah, Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Lucas was looking for, what many of us are looking for when we go out into the wilderness, a little peace and quiet, some solitude, some escape from the day-to-day.
Chance to disconnect.
Disconnect. Yeah, exactly. And he wasn't a stranger to camping either. Kind of a family thing for him.
A bit of a tradition.
Yeah, that's right. And even his RV was kind of steeped in this nostalgia. He called it Old Shadow.
Oh, wow.
Right, it kind of like even the name itself feels like a little bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But it was a reference to his grandfather's stories about the Shadow Man, which
Ooh, spooky.
spooky, right? So knowing you like to get to the heart of the matter here.
Yeah.
Let's just unpack the core of what Lucas went through.
So, setting the scene, Black Pine Forest. Lucas picks this place specifically because it's known for being remote, isolated,
Yeah, he was really looking to be alone.
intentionally.
Yeah. Yeah, and even that name for his RV, Old Shadow, it's like I said before, like a subtle,
A hint, a little foreshadowing.
it's foreshadowing, exactly. And he had this thing he would do. He'd tune his grandpa's old radio to static.
Really?
Yeah, so it kept negative thoughts away. It's funny how we have these little rituals for comfort, especially when we're alone.
Yeah, it's like a little security blanket, a familiar sound.
Exactly. And so at first, everything's peaceful. It's raining, which it can be really atmospheric in a forest. All the sounds are kind of muffled. The smells are earthy.
It heightens the senses in a way.
Yeah. But then he notices this like really disturbing absence. No birds, no rustling leaves, nothing but the sound of the rain.
Oh, it's creepy. I hate that, like when it gets too quiet in nature.
Me too. It's like the usual background hum of the world just like vanishes.
It's unsettling.
Yeah, unsettling. And then this is where it gets really personal and creepy. He hears his childhood nickname, Leukemia, whispered from outside the RV.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? And think about it, like a childhood nickname that's something so intimate, probably only a few people from his past would know, and it's uttered in this isolated wilderness. How do you even begin to process that?
You'd question everything.
Everything, right?
Where's sanity?
Totally. And so naturally, his first instinct is to rationalize it. The wind playing tricks.
It's got to be the wind, right?
Right. It has to be. It's like our brains trying to make sense of the unexplainable.
Like it fit into a box we understand.
Exactly. But then this feeling of being watched starts to creep in, and he connects it directly to these nightmares he had as a kid.
Oh, so it's tapping into something primal, some deep-seated fear.
Yeah, exactly. And it shows how these early fears can stick with us and how easily they can be reawakened by strange situations.
It's like they're buried in our subconscious waiting for the right trigger.
So he tries to ground himself in reality, right? He tries to record the sound to prove it's just the wind, but it backfires big time because he captures the whisper again on his phone.
No.
Yeah, and you mentioned how he described the voice not just faint, but wet, almost like it was coming from water.
Like from the lake.
Maybe it adds this whole other layer of strangeness to it.
It's not just auditory anymore, it's almost tactile.
Right, and then the radio, which he hasn't touched, starts hissing loudly.
Yeah.
It's like the environment itself is becoming reactive.
Like it's responding to him.
Yeah, and remember what he said about the gas station ranger warning him about strange sounds in Black Pine?
Oh, right. At the time, it probably seemed like just a local tale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now it takes on a much more ominous meaning.
Yeah. Foreshadowing again.
Right. And then there's that detail from the old park map about a trail marked closed 1983 that ends abruptly at the lake. Mm-hmm. What do you make of that?
It implies a history. Something happened there, something significant enough to permanently close off that area.
Yeah, like what happened in 1983? Why is it closed?
Right. It's like a big question mark hanging over the whole place.
Okay, so now the experience shifts from auditory to physical. The RV starts shaking violently.
Oh, wow. So now it's not just sounds, it's a physical force.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just in his head anymore. And then the radio, which has become this creepy communication channel, says in a disembodied voice, "You shouldn't be here."
Chills.
Literal chill.
I know. It's like a direct threat.
Not subtle at all.
Nope. And then classic nightmare fuel. The RV won't start his phone. Loses signal. He's completely cut off. No way to call for help. Oh, no. That's so terrifying.
I know. And what Lucas does so well in his account is this gradual layering of fear. It starts subtle with the silence, and the whisper then escalates to physical disturbances. and then direct threats.
It's like a slow burn horror movie.
Totally. And then he sees it, this fleeting glimpse in the RV window, a tall, faceless shadow behind him.
Oh, God, no.
I know, right? Classic horror trope, but so effective,
Especially after everything else that's happened.
right? It's like his deepest fears are manifesting.
Taking shape.
Yeah, and even his attempt to reach out via CB radio, that more old school tech
Yeah.
gets cut off too.
Like something is deliberately isolating him.
Right. All avenues of connection severed, and then those 3 slow knocks on the door.
Don't tell me.
It was exactly like his late father's knock.
Oh, no, that's awful. Using something so personal against him.
I know, right? It's like it's intentionally manipulative, playing on his emotions, and then he sees the figure outside. Soaped, head tilted in an unnatural way, and guess what?
It knows his nickname.
Knows the nickname, says Leukemia in this raspy voice. It's not random. This thing knows about him.
This is so messed up.
It is. And then under the bed, he finds these jagged scratches.
Scratches, like claw marks.
Yeah, and there's like these jagged lines that he remembers from his childhood nightmares.
So it's connecting to his past, his fears. It's like it's weaving them all together.
Right. The unexplained is now undeniably real for him.
And terrifying.
So what does he do? He tried to fight back in a way by staying calm and
Yeah.
using what he has.
What, like the radio?
Yeah, the static on the radio is a kind of white noise, and he grabs the tire iron as a weapon.
A makeshift weapon.
Yeah, it's that fight or flight response kicking in.
Yeah.
But even this small act of defiance is met with more creepy communication. The radio says, "You took my place."
Oh, God. And that ties into his grandfather's Shadow Man stories.
Directly. It's like those stories he probably dismissed as a kid are now coming true.
It's like folklore bleeding into reality.
And then the lake itself starts acting weird, appearing closer, moving in an unnatural way. And then this tall, faceless, dripping figure rises from the water.
Stop. I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
I know. It's like his nightmares made flesh.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
And then the final realization, the scratches under the bed weren't random. They spelled out his name. Lucas.
No way.
It's personal targeted. It removes all doubt that this thing is after him.
He's being hunted.
Hunted. Okay, so at dawn, the RV suddenly starts after failing all night, and he gets out of there.
Like a miracle.
Right. But the effects linger. This unexplained photo on his phone of him sleeping with a shadow looming over him.
Evidence.
Physical evidence and scratches on his arms that match the ones he found.
It wasn't just a dream.
Nope. So he looks into the history of Black Pine and uncovers a pattern disappearances in 1983 journal entries mentioning a watcher by the lake.
So it's not an isolated incident?
No, there's a precedent, and then his friend Mark denies ever receiving the CB call.
Like someone or something was blocking communication.
Yeah, it adds to the feeling of isolation. And the really unsettling part is that it hasn't ended for him. He still hears that voice faintly. In the rain, the radio turns on by itself.
Well, that's so creepy.
Like whatever he encountered has attached itself to him.
A lingering presence.
Yeah, and his motivation for sharing this story is chilling. He's convinced that something's still out there and it knows my name.
He's not just telling a scary story, he's warning people.
Exactly. He's changed by this experience.
Yep.
It's a reminder that the desire for peace and quiet can turn into a confrontation with the unknown.
Lucas went looking for escape and found something terrifying.
Something that knew him.
And it shows that places can hold these unseen histories, echoes of the past that we don't fully understand. So for you, our listener, we hope this deep dive into Lucas's account has given you some chilling food for thought, but our sense of safety and the power of the unexplained. You've heard the progression of events, each one pushing further beyond any logical explanation.
We've journeyed with Lucas through his terrifying encounter in Black Pine Forest, using his first-hand account as our guide.
And it taps into our fascination with the unknown, those events that challenge our understanding of reality. So as you go about your day, consider this: what is the power of a place? How do stories, especially those whispered in the dark, influence our experiences in those spaces? And what might be lurking in the forgotten corners of our world just beyond the edges of what we know?
What's truly out there waiting for us?
Think about it. Welcome back, everyone. We've got something really different for you all today.
Yeah, you could say that.
It's unsettling.
Yeah, definitely unsettling.
But you know that's what we do here, right?
Right. Two dives into the strange.
The strange, the unexplained, The stuff that makes you think twice about turning off the lights.
Exactly. And this time we're looking at, the experiences of a woman named Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, in Oregon's Red Cedar Wilderness.
Okay, so Red Cedar Wilderness, we're talking about big trees, dense forest.
Right. Kind of a place that already has, that sense of isolation.
Yeah, okay. And what happened to Sarah? Like, what kind of sources are we working with here?
So she wrote this really detailed firsthand account.
Firsthand. So she experienced this herself.
Yeah. And she's very articulate. She lays out the events in a really clear way.
Okay, so we have this firsthand account from Sarah. She went into Red Cedar Wilderness.
Right. In her van, which she calls Rusty.
Rusty, okay.
It's kind of her, her way to get away.
Like a solo trip kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. She's done these trips before, always alone.
So she's comfortable in the wilderness.
Seems to be, yeah.
Okay, so she's comfortable in the wilderness. She heads into Red Cedar. And then what? What happens that makes this deep dive worthy?
Well, let's just say things take a very strange turn.
A strange turn. Well, I guess that's our job today then.
To figure out just how strange.
Yeah, to unravel this, to try to make sense of Sarah's experience in Red Cedar.
Exactly. Not to necessarily say this is what happened, but to explore what she went through and what it might mean.
Okay, so why don't we start with Sarah herself? Who is she? What do we know about her before she even steps foot in Red Cedar?
So she's in her late 20s.
Okay.
And as we said, she loves these solo trips in her van. Rusty.
Right, Rusty.
It's like a sanctuary for her, a way to recharge.
Yeah. And she mentions her mother's compass.
Yes. Her mother's compass, a really important detail. She always takes it with her.
Okay, so a compass, something to provide direction.
Right. And also this really strong connection to her mom, who we find out has passed away.
Okay, so a sentimental object.
Absolutely. And there's this family saying that she mentions.
Yes.
Never trust a quiet night.
Never trust a quiet night.
It's like this little piece of family wisdom that she carries with her.
Almost like a warning.
Yeah. It's
And-
like a foreshadowing almost.
Right from the start.
Right.
Okay, so we've got Sarah, a seasoned solo traveler with
Yeah.
her mom's compass and this warning about quiet nights. She heads into Red Cedar, and initially, it's what she expected.
Yeah. Peaceful, the towering trees, the river, just the sounds of nature
Right.
until the rain starts.
Rain. Okay.
And it's not just the rain itself, but the silence that comes with it.
the silence.
A profound silence. She describes it as suffocating, like the whole forest is holding its breath.
That's creepy, just thinking about it.
It is. It's that kind of silence that makes you feel like something is watching.
Right. Okay, so the rain brings this eerie silence. And then what happens? This is where it starts to get really weird, right?
This is where things shift. Sarah hears her childhood nickname,
Her childhood nickname.
Sarita.
Okay, Sarita. And
She says only her mother ever called her that.
her mother, who, as we know, is no longer alive.
Exactly.
Okay, so she hears her dead mother's voice calling her name in the wilderness. I mean, what do you even do with that?
Well, she tries to rationalize it at first,
Right. I mean, who wouldn't?
but then she decides to record the sound, just to see if she can catch it again.
To prove she's not imagining it.
Yeah. And the recording, it picks up the whispered Sarita, but also this strange low hum.
A hum, like an electrical hum.
It's not described as electrical, more like a gravelly, almost a vibrating hum.
Okay, so not something easily explainable.
Right. It adds this whole other dimension to the voice, like something else is present. Something else. All right. So at this point, we've got the unsettling silence, the voice calling her name, and this mysterious hum. What happens next?
Well, the compass starts acting up.
The compass, the one her mother gave her.
Yeah. It starts spinning wildly, won't point north.
Okay, wait. So now the compass, which is meant to give direction, is basically useless.
Exactly. It's like her anchor to reality is breaking down.
Yeah, I can see how that would be unsettling. You're lost in the woods, it's raining, you're hearing voices, and now your only way to navigate is broken.
And then there's this brief encounter she has at a gas station.
Before she goes into Red Cedar.
Yeah. Before she goes into the wilderness, she talks to the attendant, an older guy.
Okay.
And he gives her this warning about Red Cedar.
What warning? Like what?
He says that place has eyes.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just eyes.
That's creepy.
It is. And at the time, she kind of brushes it off, but later on, it takes on a whole new meaning. Okay, eyes. So the compass is malfunctioning. She's got this cryptic warning about eyes in her head. It's raining. She's hearing voices. What else? What else happens?
So she finds this park map, right?
Yeah.
And on the map, there's a handwritten note
A note. About what?
about an old logging camp that was shut down back in 1976.
1976, okay.
Why was it shut down?
The note says unexplained incidents.
Unexplained incidents. That's vague.
Very vague, but also very ominous.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is that the camp is marked on the map as being pretty close to where she is.
Yeah, right in the heart of Red Cedar Wilderness.
So she's in this isolated place. There's something weird going on with the compass and the voices. And now there's this note about a creepy, abandoned logging camp nearby.
And it all starts to escalate that night.
That night. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's nighttime, it's raining, she's isolated. What happens?
The rain gets worse, much heavier.
Okay.
And the compass, it's still spinning, but now it's pointing directly at the van.
At the door, like someone's outside. It's like it's pointing at something, and then the radio comes on.
The radio, like by itself.
Yeah. Just static at first. And then through the static, she hears a voice.
What does it say?
It says, "You're late."
You're late. Okay, now that's really creepy. Like, who's late? For what?
That's the question, isn't it? It's so direct. Like, it's accusing her of something.
Yeah, like she's supposed to be somewhere or meet someone.
Right. And then things get even worse.
Worse. How?
Her van battery dies.
Dies. Just like that.
Yeah, completely dead. And her phone loses signal.
No way to call for help.
She's totally cut off.
Oh my God. So now she's trapped. Alone in the middle of nowhere. With a dead battery and no phone signal. It's like something is deliberately isolating her.
It really does feel that way, doesn't it? And then she sees it
Sees what?
on her security camera. It's this hunched, thin shape.
Like a person.
It's hard to say for sure. The footage is grainy, but it's definitely something moving just beyond the trees.
Okay, so now we've moved past just sounds and feelings. Now there's something physical on camera.
Right. And the way it moves. It tilts its head like it's watching her.
Oh, it's so creepy. So she's trapped. She sees this thing outside, and she can't call for help. What does she do?
She manages to get a call through to her best friend, Jen.
Jen,
But the call keeps cutting out. There's static.
can she get through to her?
She's trying to explain what's happening, but the call drops. She can't reach anyone.
Okay, so now it's not just her phone. It's any kind of communication. Like something is blocking her.
And then the knocking starts.
Knocking on the van.
The van door.
Yeah.
And she recognizes the rhythm.
What really?
It's the specific rhythm her mother used to knock.
No way. So not only is she hearing her mother's voice, but now something is mimicking her mother's knock.
Yeah. Like it knows her, like it's trying to get to her.
And then does she see the figure again?
Later that night, she catches another glimpse of it
Where?
by the river, just standing there watching her.
Still that hunched figure.
Yeah. And this time she sees its eyes.
Its eyes.
It's a glint in the dark.
Oh my God. So we've gone from sounds to shadows to a full-on visual with glowing eyes.
And then she finds something inside the van,
What?
a carving on the table.
A carving of what?
Her name, Sarah.
Carved into the table inside her van.
Yeah. And she's sure it wasn't there before.
And what was it carved with?
It looks like a rusted nail.
A rusted nail. Okay, so at this point, it's just too much. This isn't just some random spooky events. It's personal. It's targeted.
It is. And it's terrifying.
So what does she do? Does she just stay in the van?
No, she makes a decision.
What kind of decision?
She decides to confront whatever is out there.
Confront it? How?
She grabs her flashlight, and she has this pocket knife.
Okay, a pocket knife.
It was a gift from her mother,
Oh.
and it's inscribed with, "Be brave, Sarita."
Be brave, Sarita. Oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and she takes the flashlight and the knife and steps out of the van.
Into the darkness to face whatever's out there.
She shouts into the darkness.
What does she say?
It's not clear exactly what she shouts, but she's trying to scare it off, to let it know she's not afraid.
And does it work?
When she looks again, the figure is gone.
Gone. But
But there are these huge claw marks in the soft earth by the riverbank.
claw marks, like animal claws.
They're deep, and they don't look like anything she recognizes.
And then
She goes back to the van, and the security camera is on.
playing by itself.
Yeah, and it's showing this clip, and there's a voice.
That same voice.
Deeper this time, and it sounds wet, like it's dripping.
Well, what does it say?
It says, "You can't leave me."
You can't leave me.
Like it's pleading with her.
Okay, now this is starting to get really disturbing.
And it's here that Sarah remembers something.
What?
Stories her mother used to tell her
Stories about what?
about loggers who vanished in Red Cedar back in '76.
The same year the logging camp shut down.
Exactly. And her mother said that before they disappeared, the loggers would talk about hearing their names whispered and finding strange carvings.
Carvings like the one on her table.
Like the one on her table.
Okay, so now it's like history is repeating itself.
Yeah.
This isn't just happening to her, it's happened before.
And it gets worse.
How much worse can it get?
That night, she sees the figure again,
Yeah.
outside the van. And it's clawing at the metal.
Clawing at the van. Oh my God.
She's terrified. She grabs her knife.
The one her mother gave her.
Yeah. And she shines the flashlight at the figure, but it's like the light passes right through it.
Like it's not solid.
And then she sees it.
Sees what?
The reflection of the figure.
Where?
In the compass.
In the compass.
Yeah. The compass is pointed at her, and she sees the reflection of the figure behind her.
Like it's inside the van.
Like it's right there with her.
And then, what happens then?
The radio blasts on again.
Static.
Static, and that voice says, "You took my place."
You took my place. What did that even mean?
We don't know, but it's the last thing she hears before she passes out.
Passes out. From fear.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Okay, so what happens next? How does she get out of this?
She wakes up at dawn.
Is it gone?
The figure is gone.
Yeah.
And she gets out of there. Drives as fast as she can.
But even though she escapes, it's not really over, is it?
No. She finds evidence later.
Evidence? Like what?
Muddy footprints outside the van. Huge footprints, not human.
Okay.
And the security camera has one last clip.
What's all the clip?
It shows her sleeping. And then the shadow falls over her.
A shadow
Oh.
of the figure.
We don't see the figure, just the shadow. And you hear the whisper again, Sarita.
So even when she was unconscious, it was still there.
And there's one more thing.
What?
Scratches. On her arms, like she was grabbed.
And she doesn't remember that happening?
No.
Okay, so she escapes Red Cedar, but she's marked physically and
I know.
mentally. And she has all this evidence.
Yeah, and she starts doing some research, digging into the history of Red Cedar.
And what does she find?
Articles about the logging camp closure. Turns out there were rumors of a watcher.
Oh, watch.
That's what they called it. And it would mimic voices, lure people to the river.
Like what happened to Sarah?
Exactly. And she finds old journal entries from people who lived in the area, talking about carvings and whispers.
It all winds up.
And then there's the phone call to Jen.
The one they cut out.
She checks her call log. There's no record of her calling Jen.
Look, the call never happened.
And the compass, it's still acting strange, spinning even when she's back home.
Like it's still affected by whatever was in Red Cedar.
And the knife, the blade is chipped.
Like it was used against something.
Like it made contact with something solid.
Okay, so even though she's escaped Red Cedar, whatever happened there is still with her. It's still affecting her.
It's like a part of her now.
And then there's the message on her apartment door.
Sarita, come back.
Oh my God. Written on her door.
Yeah. And then one night, it's raining.
Back in the city.
Yeah. And she hears it again, faintly, carried on the rain. Sarita.
Like it followed her home.
And then she learns something else. Years ago, Jen visited Red Cedar.
Jen, her best friend.
Yeah. And guess what?
Oh.
Jen heard it too.
Heard what?
Her name, whispered on the wind,
No.
years before Sarah ever went there.
So it's not just her. It's
No.
like whatever's in Red Cedar, it's been there, waiting.
And maybe choosing its victims.
So we had this account from Sarah, this terrifying experience in Red Cedar Wilderness. It starts subtly, then it builds, it gets personal, and ultimately it follows her home. And we know she's not alone, that others have experienced similar events.
What's so disturbing is how real it feels.
Right.
She has the evidence, the scratches, the footprints, the camera footage.
And then there's the history of Red Cedar, the stories, the rumors, the disappearances.
It's all connected somehow.
This deep dive has been, well, deeply unsettling. But I think it leaves us with some really big questions. What does this say about the places we think we know? What's lurking in the shadows, just out of sight?
What happens when the line between the natural and the supernatural blurs?
And are we truly alone in the wilderness? Or is there something else out there, something ancient, something that's been watching us all along?
It makes you think twice, doesn't it? About the places you go and the things that might be hidden there. Maybe even closer than you think.
Yeah, it does. Well, that's it for today's deep dive.
Until next time.
Stay safe out there, everyone.
And never trust a quiet night.
See ya. Okay, so welcome to the deep dive, where we take your suggestions and really get into them.
Yeah.
We'll mess around.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that you leave here like really knowing what we're talking about.
That's right. We're going deep.
And today's a really interesting one because it's
Oh, yeah.
it's scary, it's creepy,
Definitely spooky.
and this is one of those ones that, like, as I was reading through the document,
right.
it's called Novo1.txt, by the way.
Okay.
I was getting chills.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that, like, I don't know, makes you want to sleep with the light on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I will admit I'm a little bit jumpy. Anyway.
Okay.
But,
Sure.
so this is a story by Jake.
Okay.
And it's all about his solo RV trip into Hollow Ridge Forest in Tennessee,
Oh,
which, first off, I just want to say, a great state.
beautiful part of the country.
Absolutely love Tennessee.
Yeah.
But he went there. I mean, and you can kind of tell he was going through a breakup.
Ah, yeah, classic move.
Exactly.
Get away from it all.
What?
Yeah, just get some space.
Yeah.
Get some clarity. And I totally get it.
Yeah.
But it's clear that he encounters like some stuff that's really hard to explain.
Right. Definitely not in the brochure.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So what we want to do today is really get into Jake's story.
Okay.
Try to understand, what happened to him and why it's so unsettling for us reading it, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a great approach. Let's kind of set the scene here.
Okay.
A little bit about Jake. He's 32 years old and a big RV enthusiast.
Oh, nice.
He's got this 2006 Winnebago Sightseer that he lovingly calls Wanderer.
Ah, I love that.
A classic kind of, a little bit worn in, but reliable.
Yeah, a real home away from home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he chooses Hollow Ridge Forest in Tennessee for this trip, and he found it on one of those old RV blogs, the
Yeah.
kind that promises peace and quiet.
Oh, totally.
Seclusion, rolling hills, a winding creek,
That sounds lovely.
and most importantly, no cell service.
Oh, wow. Yeah, if you're really trying to get away, that's
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the place to go.
So you can really see the appeal for someone like Jake, wanting to escape and deal with a breakup.
Absolutely. Yeah, just get away from everything.
Yeah, just process things.
Yeah.
And he starts his trip with a little ritual, something that's kind of personal and maybe, looking back, a little ominous.
Okay.
He hangs his deceased father's bear claw keychain on the rear view mirror.
Oh.
Yeah, and he remembers his dad's words. The woods keep secrets. And specifically to Jake, it'll keep you safe, Jakey.
Oh, wow.
So it's a touching detail, right? This connection to his past,
Yeah.
now kind of serving as a protector in this isolated place.
Like a little talisman.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that first night seems peaceful at first. Rain starts falling. He's parked by the creek.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
I know, right? Just the sound of the rain on the roof of Wanderer. He's
Yeah.
got his drink. He's settling in.
Yeah.
But then things get a little strange.
Okay.
He notices the stillness isn't just peaceful, it's like completely silent.
Oh.
No crickets, no rustling leaves, no wind, just the rain.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's that kind of quiet that makes you feel like something's off.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're like waiting for something to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in that unnerving silence, that's when he hears his childhood nickname, Jakey.
Ooh.
Low and rough, coming from outside the RV.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be freaked out.
Yeah. And what makes it really creepy is that his dad, who passed away 8 years ago, was the only one who ever called him that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's not just some random voice.
Exactly. It's intensely personal,
Yeah.
and that makes it way more unsettling.
Oh, absolutely.
Like someone's messing with him.
right. Yeah.
So understandably, he's pretty freaked out.
Oh, yeah. I would be too.
He's in this remote place, already feeling vulnerable after the breakup, and now this voice from his past is calling out to him in the dark.
I mean, what do you do in that situation?
Right, it's like fight or flight kicks in.
Yeah.
He grabs his phone, starts recording, trying to convince himself it's just the wind,
Yeah. Just trying to rationalize it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when he listens back to the recording, it's even worse.
Oh, no.
Underneath the rain and his own breathing, there's that nickname Jakey, clear as day. But it's got this deep guttural growl underneath it.
Oh.
Like something trying to copy a voice it shouldn't have.
Oh, that's so creepy.
That mimicking is what really gets me, It's like
Yeah.
whatever's out there is trying to sound familiar, but it's just wrong.
Right. It's trying to trick him.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder what kind of thing would do that.
Ugh. It's so disturbing.
So the creepiness doesn't stop there.
Oh, no.
He checks the locks on the RV, that natural reaction when you feel threatened.
Oh, yeah.
And then he looks at the bear claw keychain, his dad's memento, and it starts to sway.
What?
Yeah, just slightly like someone brushed past it, but he's alone in the RV.
Okay, now that's just messed up.
Right. It's like the thing outside is now messing with stuff inside the RV.
Yeah, it's just crossed some kind of line.
Exactly. And it makes that safe space feel not so safe anymore.
Definitely not.
And then he remembers something the guy at the bait shop had said.
What was that?
Just a casual warning. Hollow Ridge ain't right, folks. Hear things they shouldn't.
Okay, so maybe not the best place to go for a peaceful retreat.
Right, you think.
Yeah.
And then he finds an old map with the abandoned ranger station marked Stay Out, closed since 89.
Okay, so there's definitely some history there.
Yeah, like a bad vibe hanging over the place.
Totally.
So he tries to get some sleep, but the rain's getting heavier and that keychain keeps swaying.
I don't think I could sleep at all.
Yeah, it'd be impossible.
Yeah.
He puts on one of his dad's old Johnny Cash tapes for some comfort, you know?
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
That familiar voice trying to drown out the weirdness.
Okay.
But then things get really weird.
Oh, God, what now?
The tape warps, the music gets all distorted, and then this totally different voice cuts in clear as day saying, "You don't belong here."
What?
Yeah, it's like the thing outside is talking to him through the tape player.
No way, that's terrifying.
Right, and the cassette player keeps humming even after he unplugs it.
Okay, that is not normal.
Not at all. It's like it's being controlled by something else.
That's so creepy.
And then he hears scratching on the roof, slow and deliberate.
Ugh, I hate that.
It's like it knows he's in there and it's just toying with him.
Right, it's like a cat with a mouse or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
So he's like, okay, I'm out of here.
Get out of there.
He tries to start the RV, but the engine won't turn over. The dashboard lights go out.
Even though we checked the battery.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Totally trapped.
Totally stranded. And his phone, which already had no signal, loses all its battery in like seconds.
Oh, that's the worst possible time for your phone to die.
The worst, he's completely cut off.
Oh,
He yells out, "Whoever you are, stop it." But it's like talking to the void, you know?
Like, what are you even supposed to do?
It's that feeling of complete helplessness.
Yeah, totally.
And that's when he checks the dash cam footage.
Oh, no.
And there it is, a tall figure standing by the creek.
What does it look like?
It's this really tall thing with arms that hair down almost to the ground and these creepy pinprick eyes.
Oh, God.
And then the eyes snap up and look right at the camera.
Oh, no.
It's a quick glimpse, but it's enough to know that something is definitely out there.
Yeah, that's like nightmare fuel right there.
Totally.
Oh, my God.
So he's desperate to get help. He tries the CB radio, and he manages to get through to his brother Tom.
Oh, thank God.
But the call's all staticky and broken up.
Huh?
He tells Tom he's on Hollow Ridge and needs help, even mentions rangers.
Okay.
But later, when he talks to Tom again, his brother doesn't remember the call at all.
What?
Yeah, it's like the call never happened.
So was it real? Was he hallucinating?
We don't know. It's so strange.
Oh, man, this is getting weirder and weirder.
And then there's the knocking.
What kind of knocking?
3 slow thumps, a pause, then 2 quick thumps.
Okay.
It was a signal he and his dad used to use.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, but in this context, it's terrifying.
Oh, yeah, like it's mocking him or something.
Exact, like it's twisting something good into something sinister.
Oh, God.
And he sees a figure outside the window, rain slick and hunched over.
Oh, no.
It's definitely not human.
Okay, this is really bad.
And then he finds the word Jake scratched under the bunk.
Jake. Like his name.
Yeah, but not spelled out completely, just Jake.
Oh, it's so weird.
It's like another message just for him.
Right, and it's like right in his personal space, too.
Exactly. It's getting more and more intrusive.
This is so scary.
The knocking gets louder now, shaking the whole RV.
Oh, God, it's like it's getting angry.
Yeah, like it's losing patience.
I'd be terrified.
Jake remembers his dad's advice to fight back even when you're scared.
Okay, what does he do?
He grabs a flashlight and a crowbar.
Okay.
He holds up the bear claw keychain, which he says feels hot in his hand.
What?
Yeah, and he yells out, "I'm not running!"
Oh, wow.
And the pounding stops.
Just like that?
Yeah, complete silence except for the rain.
So it worked.
It seems like it, at least for now.
I can't believe he did that.
It's like it reacted to his defiance.
That's crazy.
He goes outside to check things out.
In the dark.
Yeah, it's still raining, but he needs to see what's going on.
Okay.
He finds the creek bank all torn up with these huge gashes in the earth.
Like something dug them up?
Yeah, but the gashes are too wide for any animal in the area.
Oh my God, what could have done that?
We don't know. It's something strong and unknown.
That's really scary.
And then he sees something moving between the trees.
What is it?
Just a quick glimpse. Tall and bony and fast as hell.
Oh God.
It's definitely not something he recognizes.
I wouldn't want to stick around to find out what it is.
Me neither.
Okay, so then what happens?
He goes back inside. checks the dash cam footage again,
Okay.
and it starts playing on its own, showing the figure by the creek.
Right.
But this time, as the figure turns to the camera, a voice comes out of nowhere.
It's speaking.
Yeah, but it's not Jake's voice. It's hollow and like wind chimes.
What does it say?
You stole my rest.
Oh, God, it's talking to him.
Yeah, like it's blaming him for something.
This is so messed up.
Right, it's like he's woken something up by being there.
Oh, God.
And this is where things start to connect to some local legends.
Okay.
Jake remembers his dad telling him about his own creepy experience in Hollow Ridge years ago.
Oh, no. What happened?
He came back really quiet, withdrawn for days.
Okay.
Said he kept hearing his own name whispered in the wind.
Oh, my God.
It's like something's been going on in this forest for a long time.
Yeah, and it's targeting people who go there.
Exactly.
That's so creepy.
And then the figure comes back. This time it slams against the roof of the RV,
Oh, God.
hard enough to leave dents.
It's like it's trying to get in.
And then claw marks appear on the window. The glass starts cracking.
Oh, no, it's breaking through.
It's getting more aggressive.
I can't believe this is happening.
And then Jake looks in the reflection of his dad's bear claw keychain, and he sees something leaning over his shoulder inside the RV.
But he's alone.
Exactly.
Oh, my God. That's terrifying.
Right. It's like it can be inside and outside at the same time.
I don't even know how that's possible.
And then the cassette player, which he smashed, starts playing again.
What?
Yeah, out of nowhere, it blasts that same message. You'll stay with me.
It's like it can control the electronics.
It's like it's all connected somehow.
Oh, God, this is so creepy.
Jake freaks out, destroys the cassette player completely.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
It's like a last act of defiance.
Okay, so then what happened?
At dawn, the RV suddenly starts.
What?
Yeah, out of the blue, just like that.
So he can leave.
Yeah, the rain lets up, and he gets out of Hollow Ridge as fast as he can.
Oh, thank God.
But it's not over.
What do you mean?
When he gets home, he finds these weird claw-like jerk patterns leading to his bunk inside the RV.
No.
Like something was in there with him.
But how did it get in?
We don't know. It's like it followed him home.
Oh, God.
And then there's one last dash cam clip.
Okay.
It shows Jake asleep in his bunk and a shadowy figure hunched over him whispering, Jakey.
Oh, my God. It was in the RV with him the whole time.
It seems like it.
That's terrifying.
And to make things even worse, he wakes up with these thin, jagged scars on his forearms.
What?
Yeah, like something scratched him.
But he doesn't remember it happening?
Nope, it's like it happened while he was asleep.
Oh, God. This is so messed up.
So he starts researching Hollow Ridge, trying to find some answers.
Okay.
He finds reports of a mimic associated with the abandoned ranger station.
A mimic, what's that?
It's this thing that's supposed to lure people to the creek by imitating voices of the dead.
Oh, my God. So that's what he was hearing.
It seems likely.
That's so creepy.
And there are mentions of strange carvings and names found in the woods.
Like someone was marking the place?
Yeah, it's like this whole area is steeped in some dark history.
That's really unsettling.
And remember the CB call to his brother Tom?
Yeah.
Well, Tom swears he never got the call. His radio log's empty.
So what happened to the call?
We don't know. Was it intercepted somehow? Did
Yep.
the mimic mess with it?
Oh, my God. That's a scary thought.
And Tom mentions that he went to Hollow Ridge with their dad years ago. And he heard his own name whispered, too.
Oh, God. So it's like this thing is targeting their family.
It seems that way.
This is so messed up.
It really is, and it's not over.
What do you mean?
Jake's been noticing weird things happening at home.
Like what?
The keychain sometimes swings even when there's no wind.
Oh, God.
And the crowbar he used that night, it's got these notches in it, even though he only hit air. It's like the thing from Hollow Ridge is still messing with him.
Even though he's home.
Yeah, it's like it followed him back.
Oh, my God.
And Jake's changed. He flinches at every little sound, sleeps with the light on.
Yeah, I can understand why.
It's the lasting trauma of that experience.
Right?
And then the most recent thing,
That happened.
he found a note slipped under his door written in his dad's handwriting.
No way.
Yeah, it just said, Jakey, come home.
But his dad's dead.
Exactly.
Oh, my God. That's terrifying.
It's like the thing from Hollow Ridge is using his dad's memory against him.
That's so messed up.
Jake burned the note, tried to get rid of it. But right after he burned it, he heard Jakey whispered outside his window.
Oh, no. It's still out there.
It seems like it.
I don't know what to say. This is just so creepy.
It's a truly unsettling story with so many unanswered questions.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder about the things we don't understand.
Exactly, like what's really out there in the dark.
Yeah, and how much of this is real or imagined?
And what about those physical marks, those scars?
Right. Is it all in his head or is something else going on?
I don't know, but it definitely makes you think.
It really does. And I think that's what makes Jake's story so compelling.
definitely, it's a reminder that there are things out there that we just can't explain.
And maybe some things are best left unexplained.
Maybe so.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to leave the light on tonight.
Yeah, I think I will too.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. And remember, sometimes the most interesting things are the ones that scare us the most.
Sweet dreams, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye.